cameras and mics are live. Woo. Like on stream?
Yes.
Consistently?
Yeah.
Staticky. That is on. Let's see.
Oh.
About that.
And I will be.
No,
Oh,
not sound issue. Are you doing extra sound?
Fixing it. Then I will.
See if it's fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hear it.
Okay.
Good.
Apparently, I just can't have my mic on podcast setting. I have to speak louder.
Okay.
That? I'm pretty sure that's on podcast setting. I'm on podcast.
Podcast flavored.
That one doesn't have settings. Weirdly off. These two blue snowballs are different blue snowballs. Apparently, they have multiple. Didn't know that until I bought it.
Yeah. I got the black one.
That's not. That doesn't necessarily change what it's like, how it functions.
Probably not.
Like saying I got the black Xbox controller.
Yes. It lets you play in night mode. That's all. Night mode. I gotta be louder. Ooh! Too loud. Always gonna be having that in the corner of my eye. There it goes. Fine. Perfect.
Okay. Hello, and welcome back. Dancing with the Devil. I am Master Kiara Larlandine, first, and I will be your storyteller from the Dreamscape Storytelling Guild, and this is my player.
Hi, I'm Gimmick, and I'm playing Lord Voltaire Castellanter, the human warlock and devilishly handsome rich boy.
Those of you who watched session on Friday might be confused. Plans changed. Gimmick is not going to DM.
Yeah.
I'm going to DM this session as well. Also, a little addition. This will be continuing episode 2 of On Down instead of continuing episode 1 Medley. That's what that's about. Thank you to Vinspats for this music. Gracious enough to let us use it. Additionally, we are.
What?
Sorry, you looked like you were about to say something.
No, I was clearing my throat and listening.
Sure.
But I can interrupt you anytime.
Additionally, we are trying to stay as COVID safe as possible. Wash our hands when we got in here. Try to use hand sanitizer whenever possible.
I licked all the germs off.
Nope, that didn't happen.
Someone
wearing face shields, as you can see. One day we'll be able to stop that.
That'd be nice.
our song tonight will be, our song tonight will be from Dancing with the Devil, Book 1, Chapter 1, or our story tonight. And it is inspired by the song, Come On Down, Mortal Man's Poison. Your second part of episode 2.
Someday I'm gonna make little animated intros for each campaign. We can. That'd be neat.
That would be neat.
Don't
say you will, say that you want to.
Someday I will want to. No?
Pretty sure you want to today.
What do you mean? Oh!
Those mics smelled crisp, not sponsored soda.
Yes. Oh my. Yes. Louder and stronger next time. Just rip it and grip it, babe. Getting the lightness out, because if it's gonna be a continuation of last time, I don't know how much levity we're gonna have.
That is fair. Also, this is just a great song. I think I'm gonna make this as the music time.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Veiled in Light.
Ooh!
It's lovely.
Very good. I'd also recommend, what's it called? Hieronymus Butt Music? You know that song? There's a painting of hell, and there's a demon who has painted music notes on a dude's butt cheeks and is playing with a flute. Someone looked at what that song was and composed it and then recreated it using the instruments of that time. And it sounds really good.
Amazing.
Yes. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yes. You, Voltaire, standing in Victor Rose's office, alone. Having just read contract, your father, Victor and
Malia.
Amalia. Amalia. Victor and Amalia as a lantern signed contract. Tell the souls of their children, including you, older brother, and unbeknownst to them, the unborn twins. Souls were to be taken at midnight of children's 8th birthday. Now, after the bells toll, precisely 13 days from now.
In the office. What does it look like in the office?
Victor Rose's study. A room with a desk, of course, but then walls lined with shelves of books. Various study. Well labeled. Every shelf labeled of its own topic. Through even just a brief glance, through your own memory, you know most of the shelves are books on banking, on business, books on morality and ethics as well. Things. Then one shelf devoid of all labels. Third shelf. Go to of books you have just barely begun reading, of knowledge, as much as you know. One of those books, knowledge of what laws they must abide.
I definitely take out that book.
It is an uncredited book. No title, blank cover. Simply documents almost journal sorts. Documents the laws of the plane sort. Particularly, Bator, the Nine Hells, the Abyss, Tartarus. I think other Tartars are center one. Quickly look.
Yeah. Voltaire's trying to read which part of what underworld that is. It's I think I skipped a sentence. I think I ended with two lines ended with the same words, and I gotta reread it. Hades, that's it. That's the center.
I could have sworn Tartarus was it does include the structures of the other well, though largely focuses on the pinnacle of the fiend plane, the most codified.
Ooh. I believe Asmodeus. Head of Bator, so focus in on that one.
Are you now?
I'd say
it's a very dense. You're essentially reading a fiendish legalese.
Yes.
You remember having taken this from the elves. Self was for 7. This the book that allowed you to get.
I think I'm looking specifically for not just loopholes, but also ways to cancel or perhaps delay the deal made on a contract.
Yeah.
Good stream for my face to be itchy.
Rush to the shelf and pull the book from the third shelf. Quickly rushing back to the table, pushing the other books aside. As one of them pushes off the desk and clatters to the ground. Glance down just a moment, the blood-stained pages. You begin to rifle through pages of this simple bound book. Make an investigation check.
Gladly. Ooh, I forgot I'm good at that. Not that good. 13.
13. You pour through the book, kind of flipping around, trying to find a section. Find a section that, few sections that might be useful. Skim through. Not finding any. Peel it down to several sections of minutia of how deals work. Specifically, but one section of how deals are advocated, and another how they are reflected upon, and another of how they are actually written and modification. Which section I've skimmed each of them and not found precisely what you're looking for in.
Okay.
So skimming might be too far work.
Those sections again are.
Sections are how a and this is you're looking through that word section.
Yeah.
This is how Asmodean deals are advocated,
Yeah.
how they are collected upon, or how they can be modified.
What is? Remind me what advocated means?
An advocate is someone who works between the person who is the actual contract holder and the person who is being made a deal. So, an advocate, for instance, if you're talking about a bank loan, the bank, or perhaps even bank heads, are the people actual business. But the advocate is the lawyer who is, or the whatever their official title is there studying, talking.
Okay. Ooh. Tough decisions here. On one hand, advocacy would be probably good for me since I'm pretty good at talking to people. But I know I'm not the smartest, so I could get it wrong. Modification. Let's look over modification.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Nat 20.
Okay. You, skim through this reading quickly and are figuring out, picking the pieces out of it very quickly, very precisely, and gathering the different pieces. Firstly, most vital thing. The contract, Asmodean contract can only be edited, modified, if everyone who signed the contract, including the deal maker, and the people seeking the deal, who are still living, modify it.
Okay.
Every soul that was on the contract must modify the contract.
Okay.
Other things about modify. A contract. The stipulations of a contract can be edited vastly, but things that have already been given by a contract cannot be edited. So if you have already sold your soul and it has already been collected upon, you can't go back and edit the contract, the soul that was sold back. However, if it has not yet been collected, then that stipulation can be modified. The likelihood of something that has been stipulated being completely removed is unlikely. So how it can be modified, how drastic it is. For instance, someone who has sold their soul in the future on a set condition. So when they slay the person they want to get revenge on, they can't say with the modification, it is unlikely that they'll be able to say, actually let's not do the soul thing, let's do something else instead. But rather they might be able to change the condition of, rather than when I kill this person, it's when I kill this person. They were the real person behind it pulling the strings.
Okay.
Often, additional stipulation will be added to contracts. It's the other person to go along with it. That is essentially all you glean from this section.
Okay.
In the future, you will be able to just ask me a question. Write this down because this is now a feature of yours. You have a working knowledge of contract modification. So you will be able to ask information about it, and as long as it is proficient level, then you'll be able to know it. But if it's like precedent, like past precedent, or like complicated knowledge, that you'll still have to roll for that. Or study.
Okay.
And all the fundamental knowledge of how to modify the contract is just
Great. Okay. Fantastic. I think I want to look over the advocate.
okay.
Okay. Investigation again. 17.
Okay. Yeah, so an advocate, when it comes to Asmodean deal, is a fiend or warlock that is in the that is managing a deal for someone else, someone higher, particularly. The advocate, there are two kinds of advocates. There are advocates who manage the contract completely themselves, and then simply, basically, they're like subcontractors or independent contractors that are just hired to do a job, and then they do it completely independently. Then there are other advocates that actually will go back to the devil they are working for and get them to sign the contract. So, independent contractor, advocate, will have their soul on the contract, whereas dependent contractor, advocate will have the devil that they're advocating their soul on the contract.
One more time, if that thing you just said, please.
An independent contractor advocate will have their soul on the contract. A dependent contractor advocate will have the soul of the devil they are advocating on the contract.
Okay. Okay.
With the 17, you would also know an independent contractor is often more common because if anything negative happens, they can just get burnt, and it will not reflect on the devil that they were advocating for. Particularly, it gets more common the more influential the devil is. It's more likely for a greater devil to have a dependent contractor, and more likely for an archdevil to have an independent. Oh, wait. I should have asked this before. You can read Infernal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are footnotes in common, but they are just footnotes, so you have disadvantage if you only. You write that down about the book.
Okay.
The book has footnotes in common, written in Infernal. Oh, technically it would be written in both Infernal and Abyssal. You read Abyssal?
Yes.
Okay. Then you can read all.
Cool. The book has footnotes in common
and is written in Infernal and Abyssal.
That's it. Okay. Cool. And other section. What's that?
To be clear, you have spent hours on both of these. The first one took multiple hours. This one took multiple hours.
Yeah.
It is like getting to the at this very late. About halfway through the last one, you had to get a light so that you could read Windows Light with.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like these are thick chapters of legalese.
Yeah.
This is a legal textbook for accreditation.
Right. Okay. Then knowing that, I think I'm gonna just take the book with I have on hand and make sure I can come back to it.
Oh.
Boy. I think I've gone into like full focus and stubbornness mode at this point. So Okay. I think I'm going to. All right. I think I want to talk to myself.
Oh.
Stipulations can be altered if the souls that are part of the deal have not been already given away. What if it's not a complete deal? If only some of the soul.
Well, then, reasonable to assume that those stipulations have not been fulfilled yet.
Okay. If you were to edit them while that action has not been completed, would that be acceptable?
Well, looking at the finance
Right.
based on, then pass. For mortgages or payments on a loan that have been stipulated but not yet received. There are two ways to view it.
Okay.
That you are either giving over separate things, or that you are giving over one is thing in question a liquid or a collection.
It seems like both instance, unless I'm misreading it. There are multiple involved, but this is why I gave up on being a lawyer at such a young age. Thought about it, and it's probably not going to be good. Very hard. Ugh. So many things to keep track of.
Well, what is an example of a liquid asset? Of that side.
Right. So I, the player, don't know what an example of a liquid asset would be.
Okay.
I'm method acting by having so little understanding of law and everything.
Want that to be part of Voltaire, or you as a player?
I don't want it to be Voltaire. I want him to have some fighting chance.
Okay, yeah.
I just don't know how to go about doing this.
Yeah, so the concept of a liquid asset is something that no matter how much you divide it, it is still divisible. And it is still equally as valuable, right? So, take my desk.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
If I cut the desk in half and gave you half of it,
yes.
Would you say, oh, that's worth half a desk, or would you say, this is worthless now?
Probably the latter.
Exactly, so it's not a liquid asset.
Okay.
So if I had $20 and I gave you 10,
yes, that's half as much.
That's half as much, so that's a liquid asset.
Okay. So let's say if I had one gold piece and I divided it into 5 pieces of silver, that's a liquid asset. I know this. I've always known this because I'm smart.
Well, that. Where'd the other 5 silver go?
Pardon? What did I say?
Take 1 gold and divide it into 5 silver.
Sorry. Dividing it into 2 groups of 5 silver.
That's
what I'm. Yes. Okay. Again, should not be a lawyer. Oh, to be a law. Oh well. Anyway, a soul is a soul is a soul. Human soul specifically, especially on this contract. Would that not be considered a liquid asset? Because you're still getting it. But then again, it's also in exchange. It was in exchange for the gold in question. So it's very stressful.
Well, if the contract stopped here, or the stipulation changed here,
Right.
would the overall things in the contract value at any point?
No.
They're liquid.
Great. Okay. So this is possible. Possible to at least make it easier. You have an idea. Okay. So, what's the way to do this? There really is no way of... Sorry,
Well, giving things proportionate. So, wanted to claim the ownership of the souls,
Yes.
or they are taken,
Yes.
that would need quite a lot.
How much?
Perhaps a soul that was already removed from the contract.
Who was removed? Who was removed? Was it me? Okay.
It was you.
Great. So...
And perhaps another soul.
What?
Well, 2 souls are being gained by you. Can't expect the other side of the deal to take 1 soul.
That might be a bit harder.
Can you not think of any other being that might be willing to give another soul? Might have expressed willingness in the past? Coming to your mind?
Can I think of anything?
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Thank you! How do I have good saving throws in wisdom and charisma? My wisdom is so stupid. How's a 10 look? Wait, sorry.
Ooh.
12. That does any.
Feels like someone. Sounds like someone. Like, back of your brain.
Right.
For hearing about something like that really.
Who is willing to give up their soul? Ooh, All right. So thinking about it, it was recent. It was recent. Who was I talking with recently about souls? Is this before or after our pilot?
I can't answer that.
Ah!
You did not roll high enough.
Yeah. I didn't roll high enough to know the chronology.
You did not roll high enough to know if it was within the day.
Oh, okay.
Which would be within the... Well, that's not within the pilot episode.
No.
But that's within this episode.
Okay. Who have I interacted with today?
You did not roll high enough to know how long it's been, only that it has been.
Right.
Pilot episode was pretty recent.
Yes. Okay, who did I talk to today? Talked to myself, talked to Nim, I talked to that one guy who was stealing forks, plates.
That is always an option. Giving the soul of someone who will simply drink themselves to death soon anyways. Pop's old work. Would have worked for him if not for Argus. Make it even better for yourself. Instead of picking up random bombs, you go to hospice.
I don't like that you're thinking what I was just thinking, but also, it is what I was thinking. So it makes sense that you'd be thinking. Okay, so I don't know. Yes, you're right. However, this is... It doesn't feel right to rope someone into it who had nothing to do with what was happening. You know, but I could. It's right there. Right there. But should... This is like this. So let's say... Well, hold on. What is needed in order to have someone's specifics... specifically someone's soul in this stipulation? Because I don't know personal details about that thief or anyone at hospice. Do I need that? Because if it's as easy... Really? So it's easy as like, hey, I sold that guy's soul.
No,
Walking across.
Need their soul's name.
Oh. I don't even know my soul's name.
Oh, one can innately know their own name and give it up without knowing it, literally. You cannot do something similar to others. You have to learn others' names, but you know, keep within your soul what your name is. You just don't know it for flesh.
Oh. So it's like basement thoughts. You laid out all your thoughts in a house. This is basement. Or more like the boxes, the crates in a basement. This is wine cellar.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great.
Go
So,
down there. Simply, that's a great analogy. It's easy to go down and grab your own wine. You really need to crack down.
yes.
Grabbing someone else's wine, that's a crime.
Yeah. But I know what if I meet someone, I know what innately in my soul what their name is.
No.
I thought
You
that's
have to learn it.
Ah.
You know innately your own soul's name.
Ah. Do I have to learn it flesh-wise for it to go soul seller?
I suppose you technically wouldn't.
Oh.
As long as your soul knows their soul's name.
Right. How do I know if I know if it knows?
You can't.
Ah. So it's really trial
Unless
and
you go
error.
soul searching.
I guess I could.
One through full Divination Clerics.
Oh.
You require something. A hag in the woods, a hag in the furnace, mostly hags.
Mostly hags, okay.
Or Divination Clerics.
What do I know about hags?
Their deals are even more wild than this.
Okay.
And each hag has their own central logic, or their own central deal. But there is no overarching to all hags. You would have to guess. And find one.
And fun. Yeah, that's a big one too. Alright. Divination Clerics. Oh! The temple thing with the people in white. Seems like a religious kind of thing. Would there be clerics there, do you think?
Almost certainly.
Okay.
Kind of like opens the curtain. The like
Oh.
out on the street there are soul people. Fewer now that it's like getting work.
Yeah.
But the clerics are still there that were there, or the clergy members are still there that were there. And there are like a couple of whitewashing.
Okay. So, I would.
Make a religion check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should definitely know things like this. Never mind.
That's a nat 1.
Not pay attention to this part of seminary. Never really paid attention to the structure of the church.
Yeah.
Caring more about the structure. I guess.
Yeah. Oh, well. Yeah.
Kill them best.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to know about. I never needed to know before about the different rankings in a book club to see who gets voted into what position. Except for right now, when I explicitly do need.
Amazing how information becomes necessary later, and not when you're learning it.
You know.
Who told you that?
I don't think that's true. I need to get. So, okay. So, we're working ahead of ourselves here. I would need to find a divination cleric to know if my soul knows someone else's soul name. Correct. So first, I need to know someone and their soul name. Or just...
Or... soul-searching deals are not uncommon. Soul hunting are not uncommon. The terminology doesn't translate quite right.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Speaks infernal. You understand it.
Yes.
It essentially
okay.
translates to a deal that allows you to find out someone else's soul's name.
Okay. What's the cost of it?
Whatever the stipulation in the contract would be.
The contract would be made by...
Wanted to then sell their souls. Presumably, that must be what your parents did. I mean, my parents must have learned the soul name of their family somehow. Looks down to open blood-stained book.
Alright. Gonna do this. Best to know how to do it right. Pick up that book. Golly gee, black magic sure is complicated, folks.
Want to make an investigation check to look through the book, see if you can find that contract?
Yes. Ten.
Find it.
No table of contents, huh?
No, there's not. That is actually where we are going to take a break. We'll continue about 5-10 minute break. So either on the hour or about 5 times. Video is going live. 3, 2, 1.
2. Oh!
That's the wrong thing.
Oh.
Hey, the hand. There we go. We're back.
Uh-oh.
Hey. This one touches my nose. Oh, Jason Carter. That's a pirate. That was not. That was not the right voice.
What are you doing a pirate voice?
Dog.
Oh.
I can't do the voice right now.
Like a dog chasing a car. And it's my number one, a car.
Okay.
You ever chase a car in the pale moon?
What? Love it. Okay.
I thought of a Joker top text, bottom text meme that's very funny, but I don't think I can say it on stream. It's the classic everyone loses their minds guy. I'll tell you later, it's about dogs.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Why isn't my
Fun. Funsy. Good.
Okay. You are contemplating making a deal. Find the soul of someone else.
Okay.
In order to sell it, soul of your siblings slash children, depending on which type of relationship you're talking about.
My family.
Your family.
Also, I think you're only coming up in this one.
Noticed that.
Ooh. Oh,
This one, main, is this mic.
Okay.
The Snowball 2 is that mic.
Ooh. Hello.
So,
Okay. Cool.
this is desktop audio, the middle one.
Ah, good.
I can't rearrange the order. At least I haven't figured out how. Okay.
Oh.
So, what do we do?
Okay. Hell.
Pour over this old contract book for a while. Try to find what's what. Be here all night.
Yeah. I'd much rather done sooner rather than later. Well, let's see. What information do we not have? What are we still looking for?
Well, last I knew, We were looking for a soul to steal.
Right. Suppose we could go down to... No. Never again. Well, alright. You know what? What happens... I do need detail. What happened to a soul that is sold? Or is it contract to contract?
The soul is now owned by the
Right.
contract holder.
Okay. Does anything happen to it at that point? Or is it just put on a shelf of like, this is the contract I have that says
It's
I own
entirely based on the level it's given to.
Right. So in this scenario, when it's the big one, oh, he goes,
Make a religion check.
15.
I don't know. What head of anything has a single goal?
Good point. Hum. Bum. I don't know. There's... Okay, so what's his track record? You know, is there like a record of what he's done with the expectations to throw out there? Like, these are the options. Could be put in a pickle jar. Could get him a hell sandwich.
Religion check.
Okay. 7.
What are your expectations of what Ao would in anything?
Oh.
The head of a coterie is distant.
Yes.
Know as much as I do about the head of a coterie.
Right. Okay, well... Oh... Have we already been over what usually is enough to know that someone else's soul name? The true name.
You either know it or you don't.
Right. But eventually you have to know it. So is it dependent on how long you interact with a person?
Not at all.
Okay.
It is...
How deep a connection
You
is?
have to learn their true name.
Right. But I can't. My soul can. Does.
No.
What?
Your soul may innately know the names of other souls that it has known in the past. But you can learn the names of souls.
Divination Cleric?
Yes.
Okay.
You looking to find the names of souls, or you looking to find the names of souls, would be you on brain learning the names of souls.
Okay.
Which then would add it to your soul.
Gotcha. Okay. You said or contract, so I make a contract to know someone else's soul name?
Potentially.
And in exchange, what would I have to give them?
That depends.
On
So many factors.
so many factors. There's always so many factors. I hate factors. Fractions. Both.
It's always easier to simply get someone to give their own.
It's easier to get them to give it, but who already knows it? Who has it to give? Because don't you have to know it in order to give it?
I mean by giving it on the contract. Not by saying it to you. You innately know your own soul's name.
Sure.
Whenever you sign a divine contract, you use your soul's name without realizing it.
Ah. Okay. So I would only need someone to sign the contract, and then it would already happen.
Correct.
Great. Okay. But they have to willingly sign it.
And knowingly sign it.
And knowingly sign it. Knowingly, what do you mean? Like they know what it's for?
Yes.
Ah. Hmm. Oh! Idea.
They have to have read everything on the contract.
Right, yes. Oh, I should have thought about sneaking it.
As long as they have an internal interpretation of what that means.
Right. Okay. Sure. So we can skip needing to find a Divination Cleric if we've already got a contract to sign. Alright. So how do you find someone willing to give up their soul? Possibly that I've interacted with within the day. Or not. Could be a stranger. Don't like this at all, but I have. I don't like that this mentality is so easy. This is not. Not enough my own morals are instilled in me by them. I now have to think like that. Plan this out. But it's
Like them. As that last word is repeated, what boils back of your brain? Bubble wanting to rise to the top of the pot, finally having been struck in prison. Then, soul willing to give itself. Malia is willing. Or was, at least.
The asylum. Go to the asylum.
Amalia. Get Amalia to sell her soul. Sell your soul. That of the kids.
How soon can I get to her?
How should I know? Do I even know what asylum she's in?
Do I?
I'm gonna say make a retroactive perception check to see if you noticed it, if when it may have been mentioned in passing.
Please. 18.
Healing.
Healing.
Healing asylum in the castle. Connected to the prison district. Oh. The actual prison. Not simply the jail houses around the city.
Healing asylum. Best to head there now while there's still a chance for getting ours. Okay. Going to take. I mean, I'm already taking the book I read earlier.
Yeah.
I'm taking also.
Leaving at this time, you'd probably be okay, so you read it through to midnight last night.
Yeah.
And you continued reading today, you read through a bunch of legalese, that it started getting late again. So it's essentially been most of a day. It would be very late by the time you.
Should I just save it for tomorrow?
Should you?
I'm going. Yeah. No.
Choices. Never been good at choices, have I?
No, I have not. I've been up all night. It's already night again. I should probably rest before I do anything. I'm gonna. First thing tomorrow. Going to find her. Already in a house, so I guess I'll find a to sleep in.
Whose room?
Baldos.
Go to Osvaldo's room. Want to describe the room?
Sure. It's I guess it would be decorated with replicas of war memorabilia. Swords, axes, lances, things like that. Not all of them to actual size. The windowsill has... It used to have plants growing in it, flowers, but it's been a long time since anyone maintained them. Shriveled and brown, if not already dust. Cobwebs aplenty, obviously. A large bed. Lots of sharp angles. Decoration.
Curtains are currently drawn.
Drawn would be pulled back.
Closed. What is fancy word for closed?
Closed.
Sure. The curtains are closed. Blacking out any light deep in from outside.
Sun still up?
No.
Street light.
The moon.
Oh yeah, that. The biggest street light of them all.
Moonlights were a thing.
Moonlights were a thing?
Yes. They were massive towers that were built that had super intense lights.
Ooh.
That were meant to like illuminate a massive area.
Ooh.
And gave you eye damage.
Just like the...
And was less efficient than street lamps.
Well... We can always dream.
As Voltaire goes to sleep. Please give me a corner of the eye checks. Just realized we never have done that yet.
Oh boy.
So that is 7 perception checks, all made at disadvantage, ignoring the highest. So tell me them as you roll them.
Okay. All 14? No. Just...
No. Also roll 2 dice at the same time.
Right,
so
yeah. Okay,
Yep.
we got a 16.
Are you proficient in perception?
Not at all.
Okay, cool. Sorry, what was that?
16.
16?
11.
11?
2,
2,
18.
18.
You have 2 18s on that one. That's awesome. 1. That one. 12.
And one more, because we discard the highest.
Oh,
Roll
right.
7 and discard the highest.
Yeah. 15.
15, so discard the 18.
Okay.
New highest is a 16. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Completely forgot we did it.
Corner of the eye? Or...
Yeah,
by
corner
this,
of
you
the
mean
eye.
corner of the eye? Yeah. For anybody wondering, corner of the eye perception checks is kind of... So some people use passive perception as if it's constantly active, which is not actually how the rules are written. But there should be a general awareness just be able to notice things out of the corner of your eye, right? Just in day-to-day life. So that's what corner of the eye checks are. They're, instead of actually asking the player, hey, make a perception check at disadvantage, it would alert them to the fact that there's something to see. The DM gets those 6 numbers from the 7 checks at disadvantage, removing the highest, then they can roll a d6 to determine which perception check to use. This often also doubles as insight stuff and investigation. Just anything to notice out of the corner of your eye. You wake up. First thing that goes through your mind, you don't know what time it is. You're tired, as if your sleep had been disturbed. Know how early or late it might be.
I go and draw the curtains.
Okay. Roll a d12. No. Actually gonna say a d20.
16.
16. Don't roll a d12. Roll a d12.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Oh.
Okay, so.
Cool, that would have been a 1.
Okay. That would have been bad in a different
Ha
one. Okay, so. Let's say 2000. Would go to. When you first look over the city, actually, which direction would Osvaldo's room be facing? Would it face towards temples, towards the castle ward, which is academic, military, and prison, or towards the sea, or towards the other noble villas?
Ooh, stuck between the sea and the castle ward. He was big on nature, but he'd also want... You know what? The plants in the window are because they are facing the windows facing the castle ward. So much city in sight, he needs some extra... This is the world.
Okay, which one did you actually say?
Castle ward, military
Castle.
place.
Okay, yeah. so that would end up being south. As you kind of like look out, there's sunlight, but at first, like, you kind of like scan. There is a clock tower in the distance, and being raised in Boulder's Gate. That's actually where you would have spent more time. So no, you don't look for a clock tower. The first thing you do is you open up the windows, look for the shadows.
Yes.
They're almost directly down.
Okay. Whoops.
I'm gonna sleep.
Oh.
What is that? About 16 hours? Maybe skipping the night wasn't the best idea. 8 nights an hour. That's not bad. 8 nights an hour. 8 hours a night. Looks like your lack of sleep is affecting your cognition, huh?
Maybe, but it's worth it. Now it is worth it. Yeah, I think I just already have those books. The information I need. I slept in the clothes I had on already. I just like go out and go. Drive to.
Yeah. You drive, look, as you're going, you like kind of catch a glimpse of yourself in the rearview mirror. Your hair is greased from several days of unwashing. You make a Constitution saving throw, actually.
Okay. Nat 20.
Okay. Your face is perfectly clear. Does Voltaire wear makeup?
A little bit of blush, some eyeliner, upper lips.
Okay, the eyeliner is mostly gone.
Yeah.
Almost entirely gone, you, like, complete lack of hygiene for the past couple days. As you've just been in an office, a study, just, like, in a book. For, like, the past full day.
My mouth feels like the inside of a glove.
As we're driving, go ahead and make a land vehicles check.
Cool.
Wisdom.
Darn. Always wisdom. I'm gonna bump that one day. Okay. 17.
Yeah. You drive relatively fine, and as you're driving, you're kind of like, well, you're driving, right? And there is a moment where like you're driving. Actually, you have to go up the you go through the castle ward and south through the castle ward, and then start climbing Mount Waterdeep towards King Asylum. Most of the prisons being on or in Mount Waterdeep. Aside from the most notable exception, Scalebreaker levitates, see silhouetted against the horizon line that is floating in the air above the ocean.
Alright.
The highest security prison in any of the cities of the Sword Coast. As you're kind of driving up, you end up having to stop to let some wagons by. Go pull back on your handbrake as you're waiting. Feels weird. You look down at it, realize the leather, like fine leather. It was a very nice satin leather line handle cover on the handbrake has been stripped. You look around and you notice that other bits and bobs have just been pilfered from the vehicle.
So expensive to holster. Oh, fine. Fine. While I'm stopped, glance in the back seat. Nothing's there, right?
Kind of glance in the back seat, and then, like, the upholstery looks fine. Like, nothing seems to have been really back there. It was mostly just things that could be taken off real quick. Probably grab and go. That pile of blankets there. That pile of blankets is bigger.
Okay. Oh, why? Alright. I'm not gonna disturb them. But in case this deal doesn't work out, I'm keeping that in the back of my mind as emergency.
Okay.
Despite the morality thing, there is chaotic neutral.
Yeah, so as you
Or
drive
neutral
up
bad again.
to, like, the buildings begin to become more and more sparse. And it becomes, you kind of drive around to the academic side, where, like, you're driving out from these, like, kind of there are these collections of correctional facilities. The way Waterdeep has been brought up, because it's so guild focused, there was actually, prisons are pretty much, there's more like a bunch of small prisons rather than being a large even though it is all centralized within one penal district. On the educational side, where the penal district borders the education district, kind of merges into the asylums. Largest, most notable of which be Healing Asylum, which is on a cliff up, separated somewhat from the rest. Large land. You pass through a wrought iron fence, and you see people patrolling the fence as you like pull up to the gate, and a person in like a full suit, a person in a full suit, like kind of robes, wearing a mask, kind of comes up. You can't tell their race or gender or anything about them, as they're entirely hidden by this. It's not drab necessarily. It's kind of like brightly colored, a bit cheerful, almost not quite circus-like. More like resembling like Venetian Carnival, but like subdued. That makes sense.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah, basically like think of like, yeah, kind of that fashion style.
Uh-huh.
But with kind of simple porcelain mask, porcelain along, with long white gloves, and kind of like minor color detail on their mask.
Interesting.
As they come up to you. What might be your business here?
Visiting family.
And who might you be?
Lord Voltaire Castellanter. Visiting the Amalia Castellanter.
I'll take you at reception.
Thank you.
He gives a wave, and then nearby, some people by the gate begin to pull a winch. Pull the gate open. It drifts very violently. Like it's not at all. Drive in towards island.
Okay, good. Before leave the car, I'm saying this so cutting to already in the building, but before leaving the car, I want to pull out a notepad and a pencil from the glove box and write a note to leave with the larger pile of blankets. And it just says, "Stay here. If nothing else is missing, when I get back, I'll buy you breakfast."
Okay. Sure. Remember that? Try to remind me when you get back to the car.
Yes.
Yeah. As you kind of come up, a person in a mask and a same style of garb. Different, like it's not a uniform. It's not the exact same. But it's that style. It's actually kind of an older style at this point. It kind of reminds you of Elven, because they're really the only people who this very much more ornate, wearing tricorned or cocked hats, like corsets and tailcoats. It's not like the dandy outfit that Waterdeep has adopted. More like an old puffy sleeve, something like that. But again, kind of like a very subdued accent colors, but mostly a soft, like cream off-white.
But I know why this is the garb of choice here.
Go ahead and make a history check.
A pretty good one, too. Nat 20.
Healing Asylum was founded during the Spell Plague.
Oh.
This look, it was actually founded initially to help contain the Spell Plague. The reason it is most separated from everything else is it was essentially a quarantine. It ended up turning into a quarantine for nobles who had the Spell Plague, who were infected. The rest of the low portions of the city, it was completely uncontrolled as it swept through. But, wizards or mages that were, and any mages that were of high enough standing to be in, Blackstaff, Wizard School, or any of the other mage colleges, if they got, infected with the Spell Plague, the porcelain, it initially started among the nobles as a disguise to hide the scars of the Spell Plague. but Healing Asylum ended up adopting it to kind of twofold. Well, actually, they initially ended up adopting it because people who had the spell plague were often shunned because nobody knew when the spell plague stopped being when you weren't able to pass the spell plague anymore.
Gotcha.
So the identity of all of them were hidden, as well as the identity of the workers. The workers, the reason why it's an off-white cream is because the nobles continued to wear their extravagant outfit. So this is essentially like the servant's version. So that it was clear who was deaf. They continued wearing it because it gave that level of anonymity, which is a massive thing within the legal system of Waterdeep. Is staying entirely anonymous. Like the court guards, judges, lawyers will often do it if they are, depending on who they are. But any city official who is in a place where they might gain anger from anyone they deal with, might become a target or made it completely anonymous by this.
So cool. Really like that. Very good detail. Have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
know. I didn't need to during the break.
Like a parent on a road trip, always go when you have the chance.
No, and I never listened to my parents when they said it either.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Won't be long. Told you.
Yeah, we're back. Okay. We're entering the asylum.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the asylum is a large building of older design. It's made of it has a lot of wood. Actually, it's made of a lot of it is made of wood and plaster.
Of course it would.
It has the appearance of an old plastered castle. One that disguises whether it's made of stone or wood at all. You can tell that there are some wooden supports, but you don't know if the building itself is wood or stone. The plaster hides that.
More and more mystery.
It has kind of spiraling towers. It really does look like a castle. Like a plaster castle with the conical roofs. There is fresca.
Fresca.
Fresca is the like plaster painting stuff.
I think so.
Yeah, there's that. There's fresca across much of the walls depicting different things. You notice that actually a good amount of them are depicting the colossal statues, the walking statues of Waterdeep.
They always forget about them.
Supposedly a long time ago moved, and during the Dispel Plague, wrecking part of the city. But since the Dispel Plague have not moved since.
Yeah.
As others depict many different things. Basically, a bunch of frescoes. In all these kind of again pastel-esque colors. Very subdued golds and the colors mixed in. Yes, in the light, it is kind of like a pale, almost building. There's a park outside. There's kind of a fountain outside of the front door, and the main entrance. Walk up the stairs to the main entrance. And head in. Currently, not many people here. It's this massive room with a bunch of doors going on, and just a long room with this big, like, circular reception desk. That's it's massive. Like, you could imagine 20 staff members. Single person standing, centered across the long room, point that if you held up both your hands, you would not see them. That's how big this room is. Standing.
Oh, alright. Walk up there. Hello, I'd like to visit some family.
Yep. Walking uncomfortable amount of time.
Oh, I'd like to put. Hello, I'd like to.
As your footsteps echo through the room, bouncing off the plaster wooden walls.
Daunting.
The daunting inferno.
Shut up.
As approach the desk.
Okay. Hello, I'd like to make a family visit.
And who, sir?
Lady Amalia Castellanter.
And who might you be?
Lord Voltaire Castle.
Would appear you're on the blacklist, sir.
Pardon?
You're not able to enter the asylum. Not permitted.
Am I allowed to know why?
By order of the patient's family, and extended Castellanter family. Your family, like your core family, is just the head family of the Castellanters.
Oh, I know.
The Castellanters are a massive nobility.
Just trying to think who would make that. Don't suppose I could know a member of the family did that.
I should have looked this up earlier. Trying to remember what her family was before she was a Castellanter.
Dijon?
Sure. We're gonna go with that, even if that's not canon.
I'm not canon. Doesn't matter.
Well, the patient's parents, the Dijon family, have blocked you from it, as well as too many signatures count, sir.
Interesting. Okay. Don't suppose there's a way I could make it off the blacklist. Wait. Show my worthiness for coming in somewhere? No?
There is no legal way for you to do so without removing the reason for the blacklist.
What was the reason?
You're not believed suited to be in the presence of the patient.
Well, they wouldn't happen to have included the condition, would they?
It's not our place to ask.
Understood. Well, one sec. Okay. Do I want to do that?
No. Okay.
Kiara, I'm considering casting Suggestion
Okay.
to let me go by.
Okay. It is an empty room. Just you and her. Or them, sorry. Again.
Yeah.
To the point where even their voices are, like, remarkably similar, like, different in some way. As if there's a different seed. But they're, like, brought to this neutral-sounding voice. Calming, but neutral.
Okay.
Oh, also make a history check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Before you decide whether or not to do that.
12.
Okay, you do know that, casting magic to influence a city official without their consent is illegal.
Great.
I could look up the code legal if you would like.
Ooh.
If you want to know exactly what the repercussions there would be.
Do I see any means of communication on them? Like on their person or at the
Make a
desk?
perception check.
Okay.
Sorry, we are live. Okay.
Okay. 11.
Okay. Not that you can see.
Okay. Okay. I think I know what I want to do. I want to... I'm going to say, all right, well, for the information, and sorry, are they calling for you? And I've cast minor illusion at the nearest door opposite of where I need to go of one of people just signaling for them to come over.
Okay. Do you have the subtle casting Eldritch Invocation?
Oh,
Does it make sense for the mystery? Does that make more sense than one of the ones you have for the Angel of Mystery?
it's a mystery. Right, diversions.
Right, but does it make more sense than one that you already have?
I don't understand the question.
What are the Eldritch Invocations you have? Size of the rune key.
Eldritch Invocation, Dialing Influence, and Agonizing Blow. Pact of the Tome, Code Thoughts, Guidance, and Minor illusion.
I thought that you...
Well, yeah, I did. Fun. 7. Like I have misclicked. Glad that I said this now. Okay. So beguiling influence and eyes of the runekeeper, I guess is what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Take.
You have 2 or 3 invocations.
2.
Okay. And I would not say subtle casting makes more sense than either of those. So you would keep those instead of having subtle casting.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the components?
For minor illusion?
Yes.
See. Don't believe there are any.
Like verbal, somatic, material.
Somatic and material.
Somatic. Okay. So you need to, because of where you are,
Yes.
you're gonna have to make 2 sleight of hand checks.
Okay.
For anybody wondering, the subtle casting Eldritch Invocation is a homebrew invocation. It allows you to only have to make 1 check to try to hide your casting instead of a check per type of material.
10 and a 6.
Lower. It's basically disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah. Because if either of them fail. 10? Okay. Now make a deception check.
Okay. Sadly.
You can make this with your spell. With your spell ability, which is charisma.
Yeah. I'm already proficient and have like
proficient.
I have percussion in deception. I already have a +6. 30-20.
Okay. And yeah, so you make an illusion of what exactly?
One of the staff members in the same kind of uniform that I've seen so far.
Okay.
In the room opposite, like I need to go, signaling for the person at the desk to come to them.
There are just a bunch of doors.
That's fine. One of those doors.
Just a random door, because you don't know where you need to go.
Fair. I'm gonna say 1, 2 on the left side.
Okay, sure. Yeah, just a door on the left. Just a random door.
Yes.
Yeah.
With no window.
Okay. It's there. You don't know where windows are.
I mean a door with a window.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean all of them would have.
Okay, they all have windows. That's fine.
They're all identical doors.
Okay.
There is no difference between any of them.
Well, I don't know what the doors look like.
They're all identical, like carved wooden doors.
Okay.
Windows and all.
Cool. Actually, it's probably better if there's a window.
Sure.
So it's someone looking through the window, signaling.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Head out.
Right.
That way.
Booking it.
Okay.
2. Wait. No. Hang on. I should look around the desk, and I see what room. And I find that.
I'm gonna say make a stealth check
Okay.
first.
Pretty good stealth, actually. 13. Wait. Yeah, 13.
Yes. Yeah, you kind of get behind the desk and begin looking through. Make an investigation check.
Yeah. 23.
Yes. Hit the room number. Which in like floor like west wing level 4 aisle 6 room.
Okay.
You do not have to remember. Yeah. You have it, presumably you're like...
It's in my brain.
Okay. Cool. So Voltaire will be remembering it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As...
And I'm just running back to the other side of the desk as soon as I see that.
Right, yeah, so you're kind of like looking through. What was the investigation check? How high was it?
Oh, 23.
23? Okay. Yeah.
19%.
So you're just gonna go to the other side of the desk again and pretend like nothing happened? Or is that what you said you're doing?
I am, just as a precaution.
Okay.
I'm not staying there.
Make a stealth check.
At 20.
Yeah, as you kind of like go around and kind of stand there, like look over towards her like nothing's happening or whatever. And yeah, you see her like she's getting to the door at this. As the illusion standing there on the other side of the door waving. Kind of falling down.
I'm gonna make
Walks quickly towards the door.
I'm gonna make the illusion like walk into another room. Down the hall.
Okay. What's your spell save DC? 14. 14. What is her existence? Yeah, as she...
I can tell you this, it's lower than 14.
Yeah, she goes through the door, and then... It doesn't need to be in your line of sight, correct? So essentially, if it rounds a corner, it's just gonna fall.
Check. No. No mention of line of sight. It just says I have a minute.
Okay. Cool. Okay. And yeah, so she goes into that hallway.
Great.
That door.
So, judging on where I came in from, what I saw of the outside of the building, which way is the way?
You know which way's west.
Okay, then
Yeah, you can go.
I can go through it.
Okay. Yeah.
Go very fast.
To
To the door, and then when I get there, like I'm supposed to be.
Make an initiative check.
Okay. Something's gonna bite me. 9.
Okay. As you're kind of like getting to the door, you hear behind you the door opening. You do. What do you do?
Hold on. She went through the door.
She went through a door.
Now I'm hearing a door open.
Now you're hearing a door open behind you.
Minor,
Which is generally the direction.
minor illusion of the door that I'm entering being already closed with no one by it. A few feet in front of.
Okay. Make an initiative check.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Yeah, you like quickly cast it behind you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no door there.
And like an optical illusion.
Yeah. Looks real weird from the inside.
And I'm through the door already.
Okay.
Gonna keep that up for the full minute.
Okay. Yeah. Walking down the hallway. You're walking as if you're supposed to be there.
Yes. Yes. Relaxing keeping myself steady because the illusion's already covering the door with the window. So anyone looking through that door, especially from where she was, would not know that I entered.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Got it.
Performance check to act natural.
Absolutely. Badly. 12 plus 4, 16.
Okay. Yeah. So as you're walking down the hallway, like there are a bunch of like kind of pass through an area where it's like rooms of like pass by a break room where some people are sitting, and you see them like having their masks are like kind of tipped up, and they are wearing like their masks are tipped up. They're essentially like you can see them as people in and whatnot. Like there are other rooms like maintenance rooms, and stuff like that. Or you enter into hallways of kind of like a corridor like about 7 feet wide, with doors on either side.
Okay.
And the doors are kind of like far and kind of far between each door. You don't know how big the rooms are inside. There aren't windows necessarily. There are like kind of like keyholes essentially, peek holes in the doors that you could look through. And there are large windows, but with curtains closed on the inside. Just go straight to
I'm getting my way through.
Amalia's. Okay. You navigate through. And you're in the direction you were heading down the hallway. A little bit after you entered this particular hallway, you begin to hear footsteps coming from that way.
Coming from in front of me or behind me?
In front of you, the direction you're trying to go.
Okay. Ooh. Yes. Okay. Tell me if this is before I actually do. Would minor illusion be enough to put around myself, make it look like I was one of them?
You could try.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try.
Okay. Cast it on yourself and have an image around yourself of a staff member. Begin to walk. Realize you have to match yourself with the image you just made. Perfectly. Walk.
Probably. I know how to do that. I do.
This is okay. Imagine having a marionette puppet.
Yes.
Moving each of its limbs.
Yes.
And trying to be within that puppet, walking normally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it, but it's still hard.
Make a spell attack roll.
Ooh, okay. Choice. Spell attack plus 6. Ooh, 23.
Okay. And then an acrobatics check
Okay.
with advantage.
Very good. Okay. Acrobatics 17.
As you're walking along. And a few workers round the corner and are walking with someone. See them like continually speaking to the person. Like what one person is like holding a conversation. It's very like mellow, calming tone of voice. Is this person? This person is in they're in kind of like common clothes, not peasant clothes, maybe like low noble, but like not I'm going about town clothes. Kind of like a shirt, trousers, more simple outfit, suspenders. Just kind of this large person. This large man has
How you gotta catch me this time?
as he's kind of like walking. They're walking, and as they're getting closer to you, are you paying attention to them at all, or are you just kind of like trying to?
Oh,
right by?
I'm just gently beelining, like I already have a job I need to do. Okay.
Yeah. As you're just heading, then. As you like pass by them, and with a glimpse of the conversation you hear, very calming voice, and then the more agitated, tense, large. They're walking. Then you get by them, ways, you're almost out of the corridor. You hear. As you turn around and you see the large man like holding one of the staff members up against the wall, and just screaming at him. What languages? Do you speak? No, what languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Infernal. Not in that order.
Okay. Yes. So this, not this language. Wait. What did you say?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Infernal.
Okay. You do not recognize this language. As yeah, he's just shouting it. He's holding this person up against the wall. The other two, you hear like them speaking in unison together. As As yeah, like he's holding him up, and then like he kind of stops shouting. Stands there. Looks back and forth between you.
So, the fun thing about Charm Person is that it doesn't say you have to be interacting with it. So I'm gonna try to cast Charm Person at first level.
Okay. You're trying to do it subtly?
Yes.
What materials does it need?
None. Vocal.
What components, I should say?
Verbal and somatic.
Okay, verbal, so you're gonna need to do... Are you trying to hide the fact that you're saying anything, or are you trying to say something and hide what it is? Hide it, the fact that it's a spell, incantation.
I'll hide the fact that it's a spell.
Okay, then that's deception.
Okay.
You're kind of like shouting down the hall towards them.
Sure.
And what was the other one?
Somatic.
That's gonna be sleight of hand or stealth.
Okay.
Actually, sleight of hand.
Okay.
Specifically. Yeah. In the environment. But nothing really to hide behind.
18 on deception.
Okay.
And sleight of hand. 19.
Okay. Yeah, as you cast Charm Person. And what precisely does that do?
You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. Must make a wisdom saving throw. It must be wisdom 14.
Does it say whether you know it succeeds or fails?
I know if it fails the saving throw.
It did not fail the saving throw.
Okay.
As you, like, shout out, what do you say?
Put him down!
As, like, the large person just, like, kind of turns, looks at you. Kind of vacant eyes. Looks back towards the others. As
Going in a very different direction than what I thought we were going in. We start. I like it. Lying to people is so much easier than dealing with trauma.
as like the large figure. Let's go ahead and generate race for it. That would be 70. It's actually half elf. The very large, kind of tall half elf. Stocky for a half elf, but more like lean, like sinewy. Like kind of like you see them like lean in towards the wall. And you see like the person that's being held up begin to struggle at being pressed up against the wall. As then you see them go limp. What do you do?
The person they're holding goes limp?
Yes.
Oh.
As like the patient is pressing their forearm against the staff member.
Oh, jeez. I messed with something. Oh, that's what happened. Okay. When fixing levels, I forgot that I no longer have Mage Hand. So there goes that plan. Yeah, subtly trying to shoot Eldritch Blast at this half-elf's legs.
First, make an acrobatics check.
Right. 14.
Okay. Yeah, as you like move up and like remember, as you're like move your hand and you have to do it slow enough that it doesn't peek out of your illusion, and then you go ahead and
Subtly.
yes. What are so for what are the components?
No.
No components.
Oh, sorry. Verbal and somatic.
Okay, so deception or stealth for the verbal.
Okay.
And you can do stealth because of the distance we're at. And then for somatic, that's sleight of hand.
Okay. Okay. Deception is 18. Sleight of hand is 8.
Okay. Okay. As yeah, like you basically like do your incantation with your hands as subtly as you can, but it's like waving your hands around to cast a thing. What's the spell?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay, yeah. As you fire out this blast of celestial energy, describe it.
It's okay. It is okay. The light blue light and like sound of rustling papers as it shoots forward in the shape of a bookmark.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Trying to think, well, what about a book would be like trajectory? That's that.
Sure.
We're going by Angelarium.
As
Whatever it is.
make the attack roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Right. Yes, I'm looking for modifier.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay. 9.
As yeah, the beam, the blast of light on bookmark just like past and kind of like hits against the ground and disperses into energy.
Not enough to
As you were trying to
fair.
so as like the two workers kind of like glance over like confused.
I also turn my head like, what?
Make a deception.
14.
Okay, 14. As you you okay, I'll roll. And it's like both of them, like you kind of like look back. Make a acrobatics check.
Oh no! Ooh, okay. 17.
Okay, yeah, as you kind of like look back with the illusion. Unless you say, from now on, I am not going to prompt you. You have to say, I am the illusion.
Okay. Yeah.
As yeah, like you look back and they kind of like look at you. You like look back at them and they are already focused back on.
Okay.
Don't know if you can. as nope. As he like kind of like pulls back, holds up the guy, looks over, and then swings him at one of the other guys.
That's better than choking.
Is it?
You get higher chance of breathing. Not guaranteed, but proved.
Okay.
I put too much of my stupid optimism out there.
Okay. As yeah, he like slams him and kind of like stumbles the other person. As yeah, just kind of like a loud bash. And you hear a loud snap. What do you do?
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. That makes it much easier. I'm going to cast Mind Spike on.
Okay.
That is only somatic.
Okay, so that's hand. And acrobatics.
Right?
Actually, no, you didn't.
I am the illusion.
High or low?
High.
Okay. Fine. Acrobatics check.
Okay. 3, 30, 20.
Okay.
Really? Good done. Right. Right, so. Second level spell. You reach into the mind of one creature you can see within range. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. With 14. And if they fail, it's going to be, well,
Failed.
taking 3d8 psychic damage.
Full.
Oh, 8. That one, and that one. I'm learning.
Yes.
Ooh, 8 plus 3, 9, 10, 11, plus 1, 12.
Okay. What type of damage? Psychic?
Psychic.
Okay. Yeah, as just like, he basically, as he swings and then you hear the snap, you cast the spell, as then he, like, you see him kind of like swing and then kind of stumble, releasing the guy, kind of like looks around, and then collapses to his knee, and then grabs his head and falls to the
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna say that's enough, and I'm gonna continue on my way.
casually, like turn around and walk.
I'm gonna assume that those, at least
Wait,
one.
where are you going?
I've already got something I need to take care of.
Who are you?
I'm already gone.
You hear footsteps coming behind.
I want to change my minor illusion to look like the wall. And I stand against the wall.
Okay. Make an initiative check.
Okay.
As you basically have to do this in the moment after turning a corner.
Yes. Whoa. 19 plus 3, 22.
Okay. Yeah. Like, you do so, and he just runs past.
That is childhood wish fulfillment right there. Always wanted to do that.
You?
Gotta wait till I can see that no one else is coming this way. I can see, or could see, out of it.
Gotta make it
Back into the...
to your mom's room?
Yep, back in the form of worker.
Okay.
I and the illusion go to my mom.
As shortly after, your mom brings like string quartet, kind of more drone than anything.
That typical? For a silence? There's no way I would know that.
Not really.
Not really now.
What do you do?
Can I recognize this as part of a spell? Finding.
Arcana check.
Alright. I'm proficient. 19.
You would
Oh.
recognize this as an alarm spell.
Oh no! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Ah! The first time that's ever been used! Oh, gracious me. Okay. I'm calm. I'm calm. The outside. What do I do now? What do I do now? What can I do now? There's no way to tell where that alarm was.
Nope.
Alright. Oh my god. I swear, if it's somehow like a bloodline magic thing, I'm gonna lose. How do you put that in alarm? Oh wow, I forgot I could do that. Well, no, I can't do that yet. Never mind. Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna move with the illusion to make it look like I'm trying to figure out what triggered it as I'm walking.
Okay. As you're going, you hear footsteps. If they're going to enter the hallway you are in, you do.
Wall.
Okay. Make an initiative check.
Okay. Please. Okay, 16.
Okay. Okay. They pass by. Continue.
Yes, and Illusion and I are going back to maintaining trying to figure out who did that? Who did that? Just in case anyone does see.
Okay. You hear footsteps. What do you do?
Did I see the people that passed me before?
You saw them go by you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to look like one of them. Minor illusion.
Okay, you change your minor illusion.
Yes.
To a different outfit.
Yeah.
The same uniform.
Yes.
And
Just in case there's a clearance thing.
that's it.
Yes. I'm supposed to be here.
Okay.
Why else would I do anything?
As they enter into the hallway, there's a couple of them. Hey you!
Yes.
Why haven't you found a buddy yet?
Trying to find them. They ran off that way, and I don't know where they went.
Okay, come here then.
All right.
Okay.
What's the deal?
Someone's disguised as one of us. So,
Okay.
gonna need to take a look at you, make sure you're one of us.
Sure. Yeah.
Reaches out as his hand goes through your illusion.
Hmm.
We found him!
Run!
He's holding you. Make a acrobatics or athletics check to try to break the grapple.
Oh, you know I'm weak. It's got to be acrobatics. 15.
Yeah, as you like slip out, as the illusion just kind of like stands there like shaking his hand essentially, as you just dash out of the illusion.
Yep.
Sprints.
Yes.
He's an old outfit.
Okay.
Yeah. Sprinting through the halls.
Great.
As
I want to pay attention to how I'm running, and then disguise myself as that guy. Pay attention to my gait and my stride as I cast an illusion that's doing the same thing that I'm doing.
okay. Okay. Sure. Make a spell attack roll.
Yes. Okay. Plus 6. 16. Why did that? I'm bad at math all of a sudden.
Okay, make an acrobatics check, not advantage. Just have a little acrobatics.
Sure. 15.
There's the quick reference. Sorry.
15.
15. Okay.
It's getting buck wild. Love it. The thrill. The chase.
Give me a moment. Okay. As you do this, as you do so, yeah, you're sprinting through. And you cast it on yourself. The acrobatics was
16.
okay. Yeah. As you're moving, and
No, sorry. Acrobatics 15.
okay, you are like moving with the illusion as you're sprinting through. He looks like me now.
Doggone it! I didn't know they were behind me.
Yeah, no, they are sprinting after you.
Great. Minor illusion of. Wait, am I passing doors?
You're sprinting through the halls.
Yes.
It's just these hallways.
Great.
Continually.
Minor illusion of that guy running into one of the doors. And then empty hallway behind that. Same situation as the door.
No. That seems beyond the bounds of minor illusion.
Does it?
Isn't there a size constraint for minor illusion? This is a cantrip. So.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That would be too big.
What is the size constraint?
It's been a 5-foot cube.
5 foot cube. Yeah, no, these
No,
halls
no.
are way bigger than that.
Yeah. Okay. Man? Okay. Well, I don't want to hurt this dude.
You could try running and escaping.
I want to try running and escaping.
Okay.
I thought.
Yes.
I didn't know that I wasn't doing that.
Okay. I mean, well, it was basically it was me saying you can continue what you're doing. You don't have to do something else. As you're running, do you sprint?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You can sprint a number of times equal to your Constitution modifier. After that's done, you can sprint extra times, but each time you sprint, you gain a level of exhaustion.
Gotta sprint once, because my modifier is 0.
Okay, so you gain a level of exhaustion.
Yep.
As,
This is why I'm rich. I can't do this.
Okay. As you are sprinting, you like go into a hallway and like kind of continue sprinting and look forward, and realize at the end of this hallway there is just a railing. A railing, and yeah, there's just like essentially a barrier. Like you can see a hallway to on the other side of it, and it's like kind of at a T section. But on this side of the thing, there is a barrier, like a sizable railing.
Okay.
Across it. Metal railing.
Oh. Okay.
Or are you going to continue running down this hall? Either the hall or back into them.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep running.
To be clear, that it wouldn't necessarily. Okay. Yes. Okay, so make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Actually, no, it is a railing, and there isn't. No? Oh, there is. There's a hallway on the other side. It's just a tall railing. Okay.
Am I not?
Continue. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna roll anything else. Okay, that was a 15.
15, yeah. As you, Yeah. Ooh. You like basically quickly climb over and kind of get over it, so you can continue running through thing. Whereas the two of them jump at the railing and like grab up. It's like a 5-foot thing. They like get up. One of them gets over as fast as you do. The other one is taking longer and starts falling behind. As basically, one of them is far enough behind that when you turn corners, they'll lose sight of you for a moment. Whereas the other one is right on you.
Okay.
Just continue running normally. Like in the next round, what do you do?
I want to try. Ooh. An idea. Okay. Oh. I want to try.
Yes.
Spitting. Okay, when you spit,
Okay.
it touches your lips. And your mouth. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So I have to touch one object to cast light.
Okay.
I'm gonna spit and like make a beam of like a ball of light come out of my spit. And it's got a 20-foot radius, and I wanted to go like the goal is to like blind this dude temporarily, so I can get some.
Yeah, make a spell attack roll.
Okay. Okay.
And
20
an Arcana check,
Okay.
because you are improvising this.
So the 24 and Arcana, you said?
Yes.
18.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds like a success
Yeah,
to
as
me.
you blind him, yeah. And
That's a
he,
creative way to do that. Feel
Yes.
that for your party next time. Right.
Okay.
This is why I take pride in having never read the rule books.
Okay, so that was your... Okay. So, you blind him, and then didn't sprint.
Correct.
They do, but his movement is halved.
Okay.
Basically you just made them trade position.
Oh, got it.
Like, the one that was right behind you is farther behind, but the other one is right up on you.
Doing it again. Same thing.
Okay. Okay. Since he's expecting it now, what's your spell saving throw? Spell save DC.
Spell save DC is 14.
Okay. Okay, yes. You managed to flashbang this guy as well with his spit.
Ooh, this is gonna be a new signature move. I know it.
And again,
Deal with
they
devils,
just
magically
switch-
otherworldly.
They just
spitting in-
switch
spitting in light.
positions again.
Okay, doggone it. I thought that would be enough.
It's very temporary. You're like blinding them for a moment.
Hang on. Okay. Instead of like a loogie, multiple fiddles.
You can only cast light on one object.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's once per turn. It's an action.
Oh. I guess, yeah. Okay. Not listed under action.
Pretty sure it's an action. Unless it says bonus action or something else.
Oh.
It should say what it does.
It
what
says,
it takes.
bonus, one action casting time.
Okay.
Bonus
so
cantrip.
what do you do?
Okay.
Oh wait, I think that's a little complication.
I want to try to scare these guys.
Before you
Uh-oh.
take a moment.
Okay.
As you are going, there are. Oh, that's why that didn't make sense. As you are going, there are like you turn into another hallway, and there are just
in the hallway.
there are just curtains across this hallway, hanging down across the hallway.
Ooh. Okay.
You go through.
Before I do,
Yeah.
I want to Eldritch Blast next to or in front of them on the floor
Yeah.
so that it looks like it's a close call. Hitting them. Just
Okay.
enough to be like, whoa!
Make an intimidation check with charisma, anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
Spellcasting intimidation.
Cool. Get a +6 to that. I'm gonna need 14.
Okay. Yeah, as you do so, they kind of like fall back, and slow down,
And
not chasing you as.
I've not slowed down my pace. I'm
Yes.
through the curtains.
Yeah. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So,
Ooh, 19.
both of them fail.
Ah!
You succeed and both of them fail. And again, you like kind of knock it out of the way as it like closes in front of them, and you see them like kind of pushing their way through. as like you basically see like the curtains close in and basically like they don't come out the other side. You see the curtains
as in they can't.
As like they're tangled in the curtains.
Oh, okay.
Caught in the curtains.
In that case, I'm gonna take the opportunity to take my time while it looks like they're rustling and become a wall.
Okay. As acid. Later.
So wait like a minute at most. And just to make sure no one else is coming. Doesn't seem like they're coming back, right? And then continue and put another disguise on. And you can walk one. Symbiotic Titan style.
Okay.
No? Pacific Rim.
Okay. I can. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're walking with it.
I am drift compatible with my own magic.
And you hear footsteps. You do?
Wall.
Why are you even casting the illusion on yourself in the first place?
Well, I. What else can I? It's a hallway.
Well, yeah, no, but like, why aren't you just walking down the hallway? Why are you still making yourself look like one of them?
Just in case someone sees me through a window. These doors have windows and they're identical, as I've heard.
These doors have peepholes.
Right. Yeah.
And curtains in front of the window.
Yeah, never mind. Foolish. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go wall for now.
Yeah. And make it. Make it to the door of your mother's room. And all you have to do is an insane woman to sell her soul to the devil. Simple, huh?
I have an idea. And I'm hoping. I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Oh.
Just in case. Now I am only down to cantrip.
Oh.
Hey.
Yes.
How do I get in?
Door?
Yeah. Locked?
Well, if you don't try,
I tried the door.
it's locked.
Ah, look at that. Take a dagger.
And?
I put away the good dagger, and I take out a dagger that I'm okay with damaging.
And?
Try to lockpick.
Make a Thieves' Tools check at disadvantage.
Cool. Dexterity?
Yes.
Okay.
30 Thieves' Tools check.
Cool.
Disadvantage.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. They're both 15 plus 3.
At the door. It doesn't open. You scratch around the lock.
I needed a nat 20.
I can't tell you.
Ah. Okay. Fine.
This is premier asylum.
Yeah.
And this is a high noble's cell.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably like 25. Okay. Oh. Okay. I thought I had a message. Oh. Fine. Going to knock on the door.
No response.
I'm gonna try again, but in the way only my family knows.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
And knock. Only your family does that.
Yes. 13 plus 6, 19. Alarm is behind the door.
Who is that?
Hello, Mother.
Voltaire? Not you?
As you recognize me. It's me.
The curtains of the cell rip open, and in a nightgown, frazzled, tied back hair, the most simplistic you've ever seen your mother. No makeup.
He's hideous.
Hair of any accoutrement. Alive.
I know what happened. I know what you did. What you and Dad.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Are you sorry enough to try to make it right?
How? Voltaire, how?
But Beatrix and Dante still not yet at the age where they need taken. I can change the deal. Notice as well as I do. As long as distance of souls used soul can be traded out. But only if someone is willing to do it.
And think they'll just kindly accept our souls, and presumably I'm fool enough to think mine alone would be sufficient.
Me too.
There. You think they would simply take our souls?
Think about what we know, what we've done, everything about us. We have much more experience than 2 7-year-olds. we have much more value. And I have to believe that this works. Because I will go to any ends to keep them safe.
That's the problem, Voltaire. I went to any ends to keep them safe, and it failed because the ends that were required were too much. That devil knows how much it means to us, knows how valuable those two are to us.
So it's spite?
It's business. They know that to us, those two souls have more value than ours. They know they can get more out of this. That's what they did before. What it did before.
Well, been here long enough to think things over. You have an alternative. I will take anything.
It gets worse. Horrible. Horrible.
Oh, it is.
But it only worse. Have to accept that things us going to end horribly. Every way you try to fix this, it will only make it worse. You made it out. Let that be enough. That's a miracle in and of itself.
Can't I help for one more? We live every day surrounded by curses and miracles. Can't I hope for one in our favor for once?
Already got at Voltaire. You are our miracle.
I understand why you. I wish I could know what went through your head when you made the decision, but I understand what you tried to do. I don't think I can ever forgive it. But please, at least know. I don't see.
Darling, or blind.
What do you want me to tell them?
No.
10 years. 10 years.
I watched them go up a full 6 years asking that question, hoping I never had to give an answer. I've spent this last year counting down the days, trying to come up with one. But what do you say? Darlings, in 12 days, the ruler of hell is going to take your souls? Is it better for them to know that or live in bliss the few days they can have? Ignorance not better.
I'll find another one. I don't care if it doesn't work. I'm going to look. You made your mistakes. If I have to make mistakes, let me.
We're never the one that pays.
I know.
How many people are you willing to have pay for your mistakes?
Less than.
Then don't make the mistakes.
Good to see you. I think I.
Don't make the mistakes! That's where we are going to end for today.
Woo!
Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Gimmick, for playing.
Thank you for DMing.
Very good session.
Very fun. Oh.
I'm actually gonna do the outro right after the episode this time.
Ah.
If you want to hear more great stories like this, please help support us on Patreon. I have posted the links to the Discord, to Twitter, to Patreon, and to the World Anvil in the chat earlier this evening, but I'll go ahead and post it again for any of those you who have joined later. Please support us on Patreon so that we can continue making these stories. Hopefully you'll be able to see more of the cast later on. Fortunately, things came up only in the couple hours before session.
Yeah.
Had to be dealt with emergencies.
It's all good.
But yes, feel free to join us on Discord.
Yes, please.
Twitter is where any announcements are going to happen. There are the spontaneous sessions like happened Friday that can happen within the month, since this we play at the first Sunday of every month, and radically between them. If you follow the Twitter, then you'll be able to catch when those are going to happen. The VODs are on the YouTube channel, which I just realized is not in one of those links. It's under my name as a DM, Carl Larlandine. On the Twitch, the Dreamscape Twitch, there should be a link to my Twitch. The YouTube channel is the same name as my Twitch. You can find it that way. And again, thank you. You're not a you're not a mod.
Well, imagine that I gave you the. I didn't know.
Yeah, we don't want random people posting. I can make your Twitch a moderator on there though.
Sure.
On this channel.
Good.
I'm not going to do that now, but I can do that in the future.
Yeah.
In the future, we'll try to get a link directly to the channel. But yes, we try to play Tales of Waterdeep on Discord. That's spontaneous that anyone can join. Please, either look us up, come to the Discord, or look us up on Roll20 for Tales from Waterdeep or Tales from Gallant Company. And yes, thank you for Vince Pep for this wonderful music.
Thank you, Vince.
Sessions would not be the same without it. That last song you heard, which is being used as the Passananter family theme, is Phantom's Dance. That combat music was As the Smoke Clears, Daylight's End Part 2, the two songs that I used for that. And of course, Veiled Light is music that we're using. Maybe. But yes, all of his music, great. He's good at it. Yeah, that's the end of the session proper. Post session now, baby.
Man! Even with circumstances, that went a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah. Looks like we're gonna have a third part of Calm Down. Because we only got halfway through the second verse.
Yeah.
So by this pace, we're gonna get like 3/4 through the second verse next section. And just half our speed each time. Oh right, yeah. The person in your car. Write that down in the notes.
Yes.
Or Aethermobile, sorry, not a car. It's not a car.
No, different.
Definitely not a Cruella de Vil car.
No.
Totally not one of those things.
Definitely does not have like clawed fingers on the like tire hat. What's that called? It's got like a brim.
Hubcap?
No. The thing attached to the car, not to the tire. It's
No clue.
like a baseball cap.
No clue.
Alright. Well, that thing, it doesn't have claws or bat wings or anything like that.
Why would it?
Well, I don't know.
I think it might have like feathers because of the Castellanter.
Feathers would make more sense. Yes, that's actually yeah.
The Castellanter family. It's a swan, isn't it? Black swan.
Technically, yes. I have the updated image here. Okay, so on the Forgotten Realms wiki, it's kind of a swan with a white swan with black accented wings. On the image that you sent from the build picture, it's a fat little bird, and then a bunch of masks with faces behind it. Whichever one we want to use. This thing. Great.
Oh.
Yeah. Either that or that.
Right. There is actually
What is that art?
somebody did something on Pinterest.
Ooh,
Let's see. No, that's not what I meant to do.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Where it's basically they just colorized it a bit.
So like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's probably that one. Because the other one looks a little bit like it looks too digital.
Yeah.
Digital design.
Then I'm deleting. I didn't like it anyway.
I also feel like a swan fits better.
Yes.
Than like a sparrow or whatever that was.
Yeah. Interesting that green's their color.
Yeah.
Cool contrast. Heckish disaster of everything that happens.
It's good stuff.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
stuff. Love it.
This is so good. Also, Dijon I picked specifically because I forgot in the image. Yellow. What's yellow?
Yeah.
Mustard.
Dijon's a good last name.
Good last name. You can look it up. You know, I can't show it because we don't own it. Actually, can you?
I have no clue. Generally I go by, like, I'll show images on stream if I bought the module.
Yeah.
So, like, for Crusade into Avernus, I showed Descent into Avernus pictures.
Yes.
But, I mean, for this isn't any module. And I don't own... I don't own Dragon Heist.
Yeah.
I've played it in the past, but because someone lent it to me.
There you go. There you go.
I do want to buy it. I'm gonna buy it soon.
Absolutely.
Probably this year. But
I wonder if...
Wonder. Ooh. Wrote the book of love.
That spells jargon.
That's probably stolen copyright, so I'm gonna not sing anymore of it.
Yeah, you did match exactly how that song sounds too. Why getting copyright stricken.
Right now.
There we go. Up and
Bye.
we're canceled. Well, okay. So I looked for Dragon Heist on D&D Beyond, and I found the Lost Laboratory of Qualish.
No, that's not Dragon Heist.
No, it's not. It's about a legendary artificer, and it's got some nasty-looking bone man on it.
Ooh, fun.
It's got a big old tail.
That guy looks like a bone dog.
Oh no, yeah. Yeah. What were we talking about?
Art.
I don't think that's true. Here's what I'm thinking about all the time. Girls. Also, I'm so happy when I get to make Voltaire do deception persuasion-based things.
Right.
Because it's like playing a rogue and finding the first fifth time in all of D&D history to use these.
Yep.
So it's
Right.
very fun.
I actually use Steve Scan a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Look at you. Good.
Coded letters and whatnot.
I love it. I want to do what it is. Hold on, let me try it again. I want to use codes that the players actually have to solve,
Right,
decode, and things like that. Because I think it's more. Okay, it's not more fun. I would think it's more fun if you get the opportunity to actually use your language knowledge and things like that instead of just I know this language and it's perfectly translatable to you. I mean, of course, you can be fluent in it, obviously. However, you talk now. It's moving.
I mean, I personally like decoding things is a little bit of a difficult one.
Sure.
To do manually because you have to do that thin line of like. I mean, for instance, what happened with Voltaire in this section, where like he was as a player didn't know the definitions of what is a liquid and what is not a liquid.
True. True. Yes.
So if he just functioned off of your knowledge, then Voltaire would not be as knowledgeable as he's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, like, if someone's supposed to be a code cracker, and then you're like, okay, we're gonna do a code puzzle now, and then as a player, they're not very good at it.
Yeah.
Then it completely nerfs their character, whereas we don't do that with combat in D&D.
Fair. That would be...
So it's a problem that only targets roleplay characters.
Okay.
Specifically intelligence-based, like detectives, or... Like, the thing is, the higher a player's or a character's skill is with, like, investigation and stuff like that, to be a detective, the more obvious it's going to make the hints. The more obvious the clues are going to be.
Yeah.
Because it's easier for that character to piece it together, which should be easier for the player to do. Right?
Yeah.
So if someone actually has less proficiency in is not like a detective, then they're gonna gain less information. Even though that's not how that technically works. It's just how it would work to actually portray the balance, to portray the characters. That's where I kind of feel like there does need to be a little bit of a fine line in puzzles.
Yes.
Like, you shouldn't get rid of puzzles necessarily. I like puzzles indeed. But, like, if someone has 18 intelligence,
yes,
and gets stuck at a basic puzzle,
yeah,
like, let them make intelligence checks to get hints.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a way to reward people for being intelligence builds with puzzles, things they would be good at with intelligence. Let them make an intelligence check to get a hint.
Let them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like having someone's character be a good poker player, but they don't know how to play poker as a player. And then you're like, hey, let's play poker.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out some way to, like, essentially let them cheat so that it reflects how good their character is at poker.
And yeah, it's also good that we do that because I personally don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Or actually,
it would be like, hey,
most of the things.
You need to, like, balance across this log. Okay, yeah, let's go out and find a balance beam real quick.
Yeah. I cannot use my background as an acolyte, as I did not have acolytic training.
Right, yeah, you're not a monk.
Yeah.
You didn't go through a monastic order.
Yeah.
Voltaire did.
Yeah. And boy, does he know everything about it, except for that one thing that he didn't know about.
Yep.
And all the other things he does.
Rolled in that one. But
he rolled in that one.
Sometimes you just don't know anything about the religion you're in.
Yeah. Yes.
I kind of... You should make that a thing with Voltaire.
He just does.
We should make that a thing with Voltaire, where he just constantly calls clergy member by the wrong rank.
Yes, 100%.
Just calls every
hello, father,
member, like,
father,
cleric. It's like, I'm an acolyte. This cleric.
Hello, Dr. Religion. I'm looking for your nearest.
Does not understand the difference in between, like, bishop and cardinal.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm looking for the nearest Bible captain, I believe they're called.
That's another option. Like, he doesn't even get it wrong. He just makes up terms because he doesn't.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
that would project that he doesn't care.
Good point. And he does.
Whereas the other one projects that he's just bad.
Yeah. That one. Okay. That one's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you're like, do I need to call this teacher Mr. or Doctor?
Doctor. And you just go with
Like,
mom on accident.
Yeah, and then you just call him mom.
Yeah.
That's always an option. Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for playing.
I want to call out my professor's mom. Intention.
Farewell.